New York City's subway is one of the world's oldest public transportation systems, offering service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For over 100 years, it has helped connect New Yorkers from north to south and east to west. With the city's growing population, the current system simply cannot keep up with demands, which results in overcrowded trains and what every rider dreads hearing: train traffic ahead of us. For the East Side residents, it is even worse, as they are limited to only the Lexington Avenue lines. These lines include the Express 4 and 5 and the Local 6 train. Attempting to get on one of these trains is usually a nightmare, as people fight their way onto the carts, especially during peak hours. Finally, after many years, their prayers have been answered with the 2nd Avenue line. The 2nd Avenue line has been proposed since the 1920s. Unfortunately, due to crashing markets or lack of funds, it has never become more than an idea or a project proposal. Today, it has finally become a reality. The construction of the line is the city's first major expansion to the subway system in over 50 years. Once completed, the T train will run 8.1 miles from 125th Street in East Harlem all the way to Lower Manhattan. For now, the first phase, which began construction in April of 2007, is projected to be completed in December of 2016. It will service about 200,000 riders daily from the Upper East Side. It will include 3 new train stations from 96th, 86th, and 72nd Streets, connecting them to the existing Q line on 63rd Street. It will become a one-seat ride from Manhattan to Brooklyn. All the stations will include both escalators and elevators, as well as climate control for riders' comfort. This will help relieve some of the congestion on the Lexington Avenue lines by an estimated 10% and increase the efficiency in which the lines are run.
My name's Ariane Leon, and I'm from Yorkville, Upper East Side. I usually take the 4, 5, and 6 trains during the week. My usual commute is kind of congested just because there's so many people taking the same line. So in a sense, I am happy that they're finally going to have another line on 2nd Avenue. However, that being said, the Upper East Side is a really quiet neighborhood. It's a really calm neighborhood compared to the rest of Upper Manhattan. And it concerns me a little bit, the fact that 2nd Avenue happens to be the avenue that has the most bars and sort of, I guess you could say, nightlife here. And what concerns me is how many more, people are going to come. So, I don't know. And then the construction is really annoying. I personally hate it. It's super loud, and I think that 2nd Avenue has, a lot of older buildings surrounded by a few skyscrapers, but mainly the older, 5-story buildings, and a lot of elderly people live there. And I happen to know some who, the 2nd Avenue construction for them gives them a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress because of the volume, because of how loud it is. But then, that's to be expected with construction, I suppose. But I do hope that they can finish it quickly, because it's taken a very, very long time. And I don't know, I'm curious to see how the 4, 5, and 6 lines are going to be in terms of the amount of people using it once we have 2nd Avenue open.
My name is Carlos, and I am a resident of the Upper East Side. I believe that the 2nd Avenue subway is going to be a good thing for the neighborhood. Why? I drive constantly. I don't use the subway very often, but when I do, it's very crowded. It doesn't matter if it's a weekday or a weekend. The 4, the 5, and the 6 lines, always crowded, day or night. And long term, I think that is going to be good for the neighborhood. Why? It's going to be less traffic. Because I know that a lot of people that live in York or live in the East End Avenue, they take a car just to go to the subway station. When they open the 2nd Avenue subway, they just gonna walk.
Hi, my name is Fernando Suarez. I'm here to talk about the 2nd Avenue line. I live on 82nd and 3rd, and my thoughts on the line, I'm primarily really happy about it because I commute into Brooklyn, and whenever I commute into Brooklyn with the 456 train, the train ride is really hectic. It's overcrowded, and it takes a long time to actually be able to get into the train. And with the 2nd Avenue line, I hope that I'm going to be able to get a seat. But on the other hand, I am also aware about the lack of progress that this line has had. The line was promised to all residents of East Manhattan, yet there's only going to be 3 stops opening in December of 2016. And those stops are only for residents of the Upper East Side and not for the residents that live above the 96th Street line. And for the people who live in East Harlem, they have to wait until 2019 or 2020 for construction of their part of the line to begin. So it's just really sad to see that there's still socioeconomic problems going on in the city of New York.
Currently, this is what 2nd Avenue looks like. While everyone is excited about the new train line, residents can all agree they are over the construction. The construction has torn apart the avenue, taking along with it vital parking spots and constantly causing traffic jams. As a driver, you must be on high alert when turning here because there are many blind spots created by the equipment or the kiosks. Residents of the building tower on 86th and 2nd have been known to have this issue when pulling out of their garage's driveway. For business owners, it has been a battle of trying to hang on. Most, if not all, have seen a decline in their profits. Margarita, a nail technician from Blondie's Nail Salon, says that they have seen a drop in about 50% of their traffic as a result of barricades along the blocks. She notes many other business owners have been forced to evict to make room for construction. Apartment owners have also suffered significant losses as a result of lower rent prices. That is, if they can even find tenants. Some apartments have been empty for months due to unsightly cranes and the continuous noise. Construction occurs on Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Work is permitted underground 24/7. With an end date in sight, residents are relieved and trying to remain optimistic. To help ease with some of the confusion and make sure everyone is heard, the MTA has established the 2nd Avenue Subway Community Building Center, located between 84th and 85th Street on 2nd Avenue. They will be open until Phase 1 is completed. They have rotating exhibits, interactive wall videos, and monthly meetings open to the public.